been to these parts a few times in recent years. My name's John Caskey. This is Mayor 3 Hives. We're the trip leaders. I'll introduce the other trip leaders, top leaders in a minute. So we're here to study aspects of the Dakota Basin, as you know from the long title on the guidebook. But I want to just be oriented a little bit to the geography. We're in the Mojave Desert. We're also in the Great Basin. So it's part of the internally drained part of the basin and range. And so the Amargosa River is a big part of the story. The low part of the valley, Topa Valley in here, is marked by the Amargosa River. It trends north-south from one end of the valley to the other. It flows through those hills over there at the south end called the Spurry Hills. It cuts a canyon through the Spurry Hills, and the timing of canyon cutting is part of the story too. And now it flows all the way down south and makes a U-turn and flows into southern Death Valley. It's the only river that now flows into Death Valley. The ranges that we want, just to point out some of the ranges, the hills over by our camp are called the Dublin Hills. And the gray rocks and the sort of rusty brown rocks are Middle Cambrian and carbonate and some shales. And then there's some quartzite down at the base. It's kind of pink colored. And some volcanic rocks, Miocene volcanics on the skyline. So the basin is bound on the east side by the Resting Springs Range. It's sort of a shadowed, low-lying range in the middle ground. And then on the skyline is the Nopaw Range. And so Nopaw Peak is I think it's the one on the left of the two highest peaks in the range there. It's the Nopaw Range. You pan down to the south of the high mountain in the background is the Kingston Peak. And then panning around to the south in the low ground is the Spurry Hills, otherwise known as the Dakota Hump. Informally, I think. I think it's safe to say. The prominent sort of hogback ridge to the south is Dakota Peak. That's one of the sites where we have a lot of shoreline data. So that Dakota Peak will come out a lot in conversation. Probably the south, this is the Ibex Hills to the south-southwest. Sheephead Pass, and then this is more Shoshone volcanics over here on the north side of the Ibex Hills. So let me introduce the trip leaders. You know Mayor 3 Hives, Mayor co-leader. This is Daniel Larson. He's done a lot of work on the stratigraphy out here. A lot of kudos to him because I don't understand any of it. At least the fine-grained portions in the middle of it. It's all altered, as you'll hear about, where it's down low, where it's been affected by the groundwater. This is Matt McMacken.
And Dan came a long way from Tennessee.
And we got Chris Mangus, who has worked extensively on the Amargosa River and rivers in general. We're missing Jeff Knott. Oh, we got Gary Scott over there. Yeah. Who's worked on basin stratigraphy as well, and some new dating that's been done on the volcanic ashes, the tephra in the valley. He's also done some paleomag work in the valley. And he works for UC Berkeley Geotron Center.